Hey, what's going on everybody, and welcome back to another episode of our epic space saga in Astro Colony. So we've got a couple of goals now that we've kind of got a very mediocre space station set up. Last episode we got to get some of these auto asteroid catchers, and we still have these two manual catchers as well. Now, the biggest problem we're coming into is that our electricity generation, much like the home country of South Africa in which I live, is absolutely abysmal. I mean, it's just barely keeping up with what we need. So, like I said, couple of priorities that we got going. One of the main goals I want to achieve in this episode is we have our logistics unlocked, which we can still technically actually unlock. Oxygen barrier is a big thing as well. That will help us, and these logistics blocks will come in handy. This way we have our conveyor belts unlocked, we have our logistics blocks unlocked, which this will allow us to actually filter which resources get sent where, and how that will actually, it's kind of on our way to automation, right? Which is the next step over here. Not exactly sure what the automation really is about, and use them directly when constructing, so that's fine. We'll explore this later when we get to it. The point being, our biggest demand right now is generating enough resources and enough electricity to actually keep our station running, right? Which means we need to create a ton more of these automated catchers, and we need to create a ton more reactors for the carbon. Then the goal is, once we have our electricity supply stable, we have our resource supply stable as well. That way what we can do is we can then start expanding into this water system over here. And the reason being is because we have an oxygen barrier, but this depends on a constant supply of water through the oxygen generator. It's a whole big spiel. It's a whole big process. But essentially what this will do is this will give us the starting foundation blocks of actually creating a space station, which we want to then start creating or getting to a point where we can have docking. Now, docking is not an Urban Dictionary sex act in this case. It is literally docking, which gives us human migration, which then gives us colonists. And that is the goal. The goal is to corrupt space with capitalism. So we can bring more colonists so that they can serve us, so that we can create just an automated machine of resource collection and, you know, just be a capitalistic pig, but in space. That's the goal, guys. That is the dream that we all aspire to. Not really, but in this case, that's what we're going to do. So before we can get even close to that though, like I said, we need to get our resource collection and our energy generation on point, because as it stands, our automatic catchers are having some issues. They're currently under quite a severe network load. At least this one is, and then I think on this one we've got, yeah, the same as well, so 150. So even as it stands, we should have two more of these, and because these are also under hectic network load, we also need to you know, we need to get, actually I think that's the same stats that I'm reading, just differently, because I am of the dumb. So okay, cool. So the efficiency is 66% because we just don't have enough electricity generation. So
a few moments later.
Okay, so we've been busy, right? It may not look like too much, but something else I realized that we could also be messing up on, or not messing up on, sorry, that we could use to improve our efficiency is that if you go here, not manually catch the asteroids rather, if you go into it, you can actually choose what resource you want each asteroid catcher to actually focus on. So in this case, we focused on carbon for these two, right? So these two will continue to be our carbon generators. Basically what they will do is not exclusively go for carbon, but what they will do is they will focus on the asteroids that pop up that have carbon in them, whether it's carbon with copper, carbon with, it doesn't matter. Either way, as long as it's got carbon in it, like here we go, you can see this one has, once it comes into view, we've probably got carbon and copper. I'm going to go ahead and say, yeah. Why will you not highlight? Excuse me, sir. I would like to see what you have. Okay. Apparently not, but point being, that probably is carbon and copper. Right. So these two, we are keeping around for the moment because they're super helpful. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, we got to come in every now and again and just catch, but they do provide some extra bit of resources as well. And while it might not be automatic, or automated, sorry, we can still catch some decent resources with those. So that's perfect. These three are brand new. These three we have left running entirely by themselves. So these will catch what they want to, when they want to, and that's perfectly fine. However, at some point we do want to have something a bit more akin to like a platform that's purely based for carbon catchers, and we want stuff for like maybe iron catchers, but the other resources we're not having too much of a problem. So I think the only two resources we might have an issue with is oxygen, or ice rather, and the carbon, so we can keep these running. Now what we need to do is we need to create conveyor belts to get the carbon from these to these lovely electricity generators, which we probably might have to actually build more of, because we're already starting to run out of network capacity. Let's see, I mean, we're already at 84%. We have 5 of these things running now at the same time, and yeah, it's we're getting a bit cramped up in here, so we need to figure out how to automate a lot of this stuff. I'm thinking the cables need to come off the floor. They need to be raised a bit so we can get the conveyor belts running on these. We can maybe just shift some stuff around on the station to make some more space, but I think we need to start expanding. And speaking of expanding, what I also remembered is that on these sort of planetoids, as they're called, this is where we can start mining. And as you can see, there is a huge carbon deposit over here. So what I want to do is let's have a look at actually setting up what the fucking weird space gas nebula thing is happening over here. Okay, please don't kill me, Space Ghost. Fine. Okay, what is there, a breeze? Anyway, not the point. So let's have a look at, yeah, mining, obviously. So we need to create a drill, which we will need iron bars, copper ore bars. That's not a problem. We can 100% get that up and running in a jiffy. So let's quickly head back to our beautiful space station right now. Okay, can we, yeah, just drop. Who needs a safe landing, right? For now, let's catch some more asteroids for this to process. Let's rather get that going. So we can get conveyor belts also running between these. Actually, can we get them? Yes, they do have space for conveyor belts, but because they're not automated, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, to be honest. So we'll wait for this to come in. I wish we could bring them in a bit closer. That would be great. And you can see there's a couple of those little planetoids that we've got going around us, immediate vicinity around us, sorry. So that's cool. We need iron and copper. So let's grab that while we're here. Grab all of that while we're here. We'll replenish what we can. Also, while we're just back on the station. Yeah, for the smelter, I think that, so hang on, this needs 3 iron ore and 4 seconds to create 2 bars. What does our hand production need exactly? Oh, I need to turn off the copper wire. Thank you. What does this create? So 5 seconds, 4 seconds. Okay, so for 2 bars. Oh, for 2 bars. Actually, so we need to turn that off. That's actually going to be a huge detriment. Okay, so it is much more efficient to do it through the smelters. Who would have thought, right? I mean, I surely wouldn't have thought. It's madness. Madness, I say. Right. Okay, let's go refill some of our reactors. What have we got going on here? 9. Refill you. 11. Yeah, we can refill you as well. Okay, 31. You're good. 37. You're still okay. 23. Okay, might as well pop it in there. Cool. Let's go refill this oxygen generator. And again, now, like I said, the whole goal is to get all of this to be automated, right? We don't want to have to manually come back and redo this every time. So It will happen, but it will happen steadily. Steady growth, slow growth is steady growth. Right. So the idea that I want to create here is obviously we'll have our tracks running along here. We'll create a floor out in this space, which actually maybe we should do in the meantime while we're waiting. Floor tiles. Let's do this. Let's do this. That's actually quite a steep price. I know that. Cool. Let's be floating for this. Yep. So we want to create there. Maybe along here. I have no idea how many do we still have? We have 37 grates, so we can actually carry on expanding out this way. Right. Let's add another one there. Let's add another row right there. We'll need to create more tiles. That's fine. What we will then do is come in and can we not remove these? Well, that sucks. So again, I wish we had like a pause. That would be really cool if we could just pause everything while we discuss stuff. But again, the whole goal is to have another row of these reactors. I keep calling them constructors. I don't know why. Have a whole row of these reactors going. Okay. Reason being is because then what we can do is we can actually have automated feeds from these two. Although we might have a problem with this one. We can have automated feed from these going into those reactors for carbon, and we can start automating that process. For now, we'll keep it manual. That's fine. Where is the smelter? Okay. Let's grab all of this. Great. Constructor. No, we do not need constructors. We simply need bars. Simply need bars. Yeah. So what we can also do is what I'm thinking, right? And let's get this drill going before we dive back into the world of Rob's mind, which is a pretty scary place at most. Oh, feck, we need power. Okay. So we need power to operate the thing that's going to generate power for us. Do we have to have it like on here? Okay, sure. Construct height extenders. I don't know what construct height extenders means. And then construct foundations. Interesting. Sorry, we're getting distracted. Again, I understand that. I do. However, let's get to... We can have our own little power generator over here. That's fine. And ironically, we could actually just... You know what? Maybe we can just siphon one of these deposits quickly, so that we can get energy going. So, oh, you know what we can actually do? Thinking about it now. No, that actually wouldn't make sense. Huh. Okay. No, what will be smart is let's just get the power running for this drill. Once the drill has extracted all the carbon, we'll deconstruct all of this stuff, because realistically we don't need, you know, that's what we need. We need the, okay. And, oh, gonna go there, and there, and there. Perfect. No! Thank you. Okay. Let's have a look here. What is... So processing is the ore. Right. Now this is my question. Is this drill gonna move on its own accord? I'm assuming it would, right? Surely it would have like a vector that it needs to work on. Okay. So that's running efficiently. That's great. We'll just also remember to check back up on that. So there's our lovely asteroid catchers just doing doing the Lord's work. The Lord being me. So mine 3 dirt. I don't want to mine dirt though. I don't need dirt. Do you understand what I mean? Like, I really just don't. At the moment, I don't need dirt. Okay, so as it stands, we've kind of got a solution happening. The nice thing is as well is I actually also realized that while we're out here, we don't necessarily need to always go back into menus to select things we want to craft. If we have, for example, these reactors going, we can actually just bring this out. We can highlight it, And then we click our middle mouse and it actually creates, it'll create it'll go to constructing a new version or a new thing, right? Cool. So that's at least handy. At least we know about that now. Again, we can't automate this just yet, but that's fine. Because what we do want to do is we just want to make sure that these are topped up. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do, but that's also fine. Make sure these are topped up so that all of this runs effectively. Like I said, we're going to keep the carbon production going on these two right here. They seem to be doing an excellent job. Oh, these two really just don't bring in the resources, do they? But that's fine. They are supplementary. Let's get the other stuff into the smelter so long. I just love that we can interact with things like way above space level, right? Awesome. Great stuff. Yep, you guys can... Oh, you guys are hard at work, eh? Jet. Yeah, we really need to... See, that's the thing. If you can start investing in these asteroid catchers from the get-go, it's ironic because you need the asteroid catchers for the resources, but you also need to power them in order to catch the resources, and that takes resources. You know, it's a fantastic system that's very cylindrical. Cylindrical? Not cylindrical, circular. Right, so again, let's deposit what we have into these so that they can keep running forever and ever and ever and ever, because we all know that coal is never going to run out, right? That's what the experts keep telling us, that coal's going to live forever. Yeah, thought so. Cool, fantastic. Cool, let's do that. Let's do that. We'll get those other resources into the... Yeah, we'll get the other resources into the smelter so that we can also just make sure we have that going. Cool. All right, smelter is happily smelting away. The lab... Has the lab been generating points for us? Do we need points right now? We don't, hey? No, so we'll just keep the lab at a distance. Right. Everything is going okay. Everything is going all right. For now. I think what we should work on is purely just resource and energy expenditure. Making sure that we have resources gathering at a ridiculous pace. Because again, where we want to go with all of this is we want to get to... Actually, you know what? Let's maybe set up... We have hydrogen. Interesting. Okay. Hydrogen creates hydrogen and hydrotonic. I don't know what hydrogen and hydrotonic do. Oh, and the first basic food is hydrotonic. Okay, thank gosh we don't need that. Because we're some sort of weird benevolent space god. So that's great. We need an icebreaker. Yeah, don't we all? We've all been there, right? Blocks. Nope. Devices maybe? No. Storage containers might be helpful, but those we'll get to in a second. Utilities. We've got a water cell. Transport, distribute water. We've got an icebreaker that turns it into water. And what that then means is I think we feed it into the oxygen generator. Okay, so let's... Actually, you know what? Let's do this. We have the technology. Do you know what? That's actually going to be a good idea. If we could just plug it straight that way. Because surely would we need to transport the water still? So let's talk about that. Let's remove this, right? And then what we'll do is, can we? Do you know what? Up and up and no. So it's, there we go, and through. And that's still going to be in the way though. Fuck. Okay. Take two. Let's try this. What's in the way? What is in the way? Okay. Let's rather position. Yeah, the cable building also needs a bit of practice on our side. Oh, I don't know why that's okay. Delete that, and we can also delete this loop, I guess. Delete. Delete. Can I delete multiple? Cool. Okay. We should, in theory, then have space for the icebreaker. No. What is still in the way? Oh my word, it's that one little piece of cable. Seriously, dude? Okay. Right. Nope. Okay. Delete. Thank you. Delete. Okay. Now. Right stuff. Nope. We want to do like so. Yes. Well, this is the question, isn't it? Is it going to go directly in there, or do I need to have water transport? Only time will tell. So if I put ice in here, right, which I don't have. So let's take the ice out there. Let's put the ice in here. Okay. Fantastic. We have recipes, so we have water. Great. Does that then flow directly into this thing, or do we absolutely have to use water transport? Why do I have a feeling we have to use water transport? Uh-huh. So where is the water going? Is it going in here? No, it's not. It's just disappearing into the ether. Okay, stop. Okay, okay, okay. Stop. 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 I believe we have to have some sort of water transport, because we can't just have it go directly into it, because that would, you know, be efficient. Fuck's sakes. I mean, unless I am missing something, but I don't think so. I think we do need to have the water transport. Oh, jeez. Okay. Then, hold, please.
12 seconds later.
Okay, so, again, we're back. I am gobsmacked. Let me show you. Let me show you. We got it working. But let me show you. The hoops. Literally, they had to jump through to get this done. So, it's not efficient enough to have the actual icebreaker attached directly to the oxygen generator, because no, we need to have water storage as well. So we need to store the water first before we can transport it into the oxygen generator for it to then utilize and turn into oxygen tanks. I don't know how that works. That the oxygen tanks then get created, which then resupplies our oxygen barrier, and then the barrier keeps us breathing with all the great cool things. So yeah, we had to perform this lovely bit of crap. I cannot get this bot to move and get the hell out the way. So he just lives here now. This is the thing. And what I love is I think it's totally safe that we have all of this exposed copper wire right next to the water, especially this little bit here. Nothing could possibly go wrong, right? Especially with an open water container like this next to live electricity. So that's oh, I actually forgot I needed to get rid of this as well. So that's yeah, but we got it done. Got it done. So now we have our oxygen barrier finally going up. We don't have to worry too much about our oxygen running out. All we need to do is just make sure that the icebreaker constantly has a good supply of ice cubes, which again we will focus on, you know, in a bit, to make sure that everything is automated. So everything runs through, everything is great, everything's fantastic, everything does what it needs to do, and I don't need to worry about anything. Okay. No, decent amount of carbon going on here. So, cool. Let's get this going, because this system is... No, other way around. Thank you. This system is pretty much self-sustaining now, which is great. What would be even better is, again, making sure that there are some dedicated ice gatherers that then feed into this machine here. I'm not too worried about that though, because we're gathering a decent amount of ice and it takes a second to just quickly run up, grab them, chuck them in here, and then we are golden. What is, I think, more of a priority right now is automating our electricity supply. Again, I live in a country where I'm sure you've heard of this little lovely thing called load shedding. And this is basically what it means is, instead of someone actually running around collecting the ore from, generators and stuff like that, basically what happens, no, we don't want to give all of it. We just want to split it. Okay, let's split this again. We'll split that again. Cool. You can have that lot. Great. You can have that. You can have that. No. Come on. There we go. You can have that. No, don't depower. Cool. And there we go. Fantastic. That's going. Let's quickly go have a check-in with our drill. See what's going on here. Is it even still working? Ah, yes, it is. It's drilled through this entire freaking thing. Okay. Can I not just move you over like a slight bit? Oh my gosh. Okay, no. We want to take all of that. I don't know what we're going to do with the dirt. We can turn the drill off for the moment, I believe. Turn that off too. But we'll keep this here. Let's not deconstruct it just yet. All right. Okay. We're making progress. Oh, fuck, I overshot my station. Cool. Now what we're going to do is... we have a lot of ore. So let's see if we can split this. Split that again. 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 Cool. Once again, we're just going to top up our little machines just to make sure that everything is running. No. Cool. Yep. That's good. Yep, that's good. Okay. See, this is the tedious part that we want to automate, right? This is what we want to get going. Okay. So, now that we have, what's our network load? Do you know what? Let's maybe, cool. We can pick that. Let's rotate it, right? Actually, you know what? We'd need to bring it all the way out here even, which means we'd need more. For the moment, let's get another 2 going over here. That's just going to make life easier. We'll bring some more. Yeah, the recycler's in the way, but that's fine. We don't mind. We don't. Okay. Cool. And in these 2, we'll chuck that. And do we have more in here? Yep. Let's grab that. Let's grab that. And I think we can just pop. There we go. Perfect. Okay. So now we've got a decent amount of supply. We've got a good amount of carbon coming in. Those puppies are working their bollocks off, and that's great. That's fantastic. So the next step in this entire scenario is we want to create, like I said in the beginning, we want to get some conveyor belts going. But we want to make sure that the conveyor belts have logistics blocks attached to them as well, so that they filter out all the carbon. That they only expel carbon from the actual belts themselves, right? This one's going to be a bit of a problem because unfortunately we'll have to then move this one over, and I haven't found a way to move stuff. I don't know if it's just like, yeah, you see, we can't really like move it over, which is sort of weird in my opinion. But that's okay. That's fine. We can sort that out at another time. Yeah, again, we just need to make sure that we have what we need coming out of these. And because they're carbon only, right? it should theoretically then make sense that they should only spit out carbon, but the problem is that because they collect asteroids that have combinations of stuff, it remains to be seen whether or not that bolt will actually keep that stuff aside, or whether... So what we can actually maybe do is, let's have a look here. If we do the logic blocks and we say a blocker, right? Block the way for specified resources on a conveyor belt. I'm thinking if we add this blocker to the beginning of the belt right over here, that should, in theory, keep all the other resources in the machine, and we just filter out carbon to feed these, feed these guys. Then what we do is we just add, we can just add some, see, so the problem is here is as well is we'll have to add splitters. So let's do that. There's only one way to find out, and that's to do it, right? So we'll start our belt from this side. Okay, we need to create more. And we're going in the wrong direction anyway, so that's fine, but we can rotate these, so that's good. Okay. Okay, cool. Not what I wanted, but sure. Okay, so can we actually just remove... This is how we remove the rails. That's gonna come in handy. That is gonna come in handy for increasements. But what we might even do is we might actually create... I wonder if we can create a lower level instead of a higher level. We create a lower level and we can move the stuff. Okay, but we'll that's for another day. That's for another day. Let's get some more smelting happening. We've got bars. Got a lot of bars, actually. So we want to pop these. You know what? No, actually, sorry. No, let's not. Because I don't want to create plates unless we need to create plates. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather run through that process than create plates and then we don't actually need them. So that's my logic. Okay, let's go here. Let's collect the rest of this stuff that's sitting in here. Okay, we need to actually make a plan with those, but that's fine. For now, they can actually just enjoy themselves. They've deserved a break, you know? Okay, or. No, not that all. Don't want that all. We want that all, that all, that all, that. Okay, great, fantastic. Ice maker, where are you? Oh, icebreaker, sorry. That's the one. Oh, damn it. Forgot some copper. Yep, more copper. Cool. Let's, I think, figure out 129. How much has this got? 31. So let's actually be smart here. Let's split that. No. Split that. Cool. You take that. And then you can take that. Great. Okay, cool. I could really do with a pause button, guys. Seriously. Pause button would be amazing right now. Okay, that's smelting away. This is also constructing away. Let's grab these so we can create more belts. To begin with, great stuff. Let's take the bolts this way. It's gonna make sense. Yep. So now obviously what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a belt system that goes something like maybe that. I'm trying to build the belt backwards in case you were wondering why I'm being weird about this stuff. So in theory that should go like that. In theory that should go like that. There, and then there. Okay, so that's great. Fantastic. Loving it. Now, again, we want to create logic blocks over here that filters and pushes. So now the problem with the pusher is that Yeah, that is going to be a problem. Filter. Okay. So this is filtering the way for specified resources on a conveyor belt. How does this work though? Because this doesn't seem to rotate. So I don't know if we can change the direction. Because if we just shift these over here, right? Maybe it's pushes that we need. We can try pushes. Okay. I'm getting distracted here. So we want to push. Yeah, that there, that, and then there. Okay, so those will feed into the machines, correct? Now what we want to do is put a blocker, but can I put a blocker before we put the belt down? Yes, we can. Now, blocked resources is not what we want. What we want to block is actually, sorry. Yep. Max 5 reached or duplicate. Shit. Titanium. Okay, we're not even having close to titanium right now. So maybe we just want to block those for the meantime. Huh. Okay. Cool. Let's have a look. Okay, so let's get paths, belt. Bam. Huh. Okay. Seriously? Let's just create logic blocks here so we don't have to waste resources. Although, can we... Okay, that makes sense. Not really, but sure. Okay. See, so it's just pushing into one. I don't know how to automate that then. Say, like, is there a certain amount that this must take, or... Because we can't have one thing producing. Right? Huh, okay. So, no. Yeah, the logic blocks are a problem. Well, not a problem, it's just that... Yeah. So again, we feed... Unless... Yeah. The problem is, though, is that... That's just going to feed into one machine, right? Yeah. Let's see, that's just going to... Unless what we do is we... But the problem is then it's not really automated, is it? I mean, unless what we can do is... Yeah. Okay. Let's... Yeah, because now we've got these things. Cool. So let's just collect those resources again. You know what? I think for now, let's just get these lot in. Okay. Well, We'll have to experiment a bit with the belts to see what's going to be the best option, because like I said, the filtering, I don't know. I don't know if filtering is maybe our better option. Logic filter controls flow on conveyor belt to transport, allows specific resources to enter. So what does that mean? Yeah, you see filtered resources. I'm not entirely like, what is... Okay. Nope. Right. Okay, we'll have to figure out what the you know, just what the heckins is going on with the conveyor belts and how to actually automate those properly. Let's get this thing out. Unless what we need to do is create a belt that feeds along here, right? Along this path, and then has individual... Yeah. That could be a thing, because the thing is, there's no limit as to how many of... How much carbon these things can hold. Or not that I can see. I mean, there's merge, resources, transfer items. I can't see anything that says, hey, you can't accept more than, say, 100 pieces of carbon. We'll just have to figure that out. Okay, so that's running well. That's no problem. That's generating oxygen, like, fantastically. We've got this. We've got this. We've got that. Okay. What we can also do is maybe start looking at automating our resources and just making sure that they go into the things that they need to go into. Like, for example, this. Copper, iron. Great stuff. Into here, chuck all the ice. And then what we can do is let's go here, put that lot in there. Just kind of make sure they've got an even spread, you know? Cool. Okay. So I'm happy. I'm happy with this so far. I think the next order of business, we got our automation. We've basically got our automation though, right? I keep missing that tree. So we've basically got our automation done. What we need to maybe focus on next is, okay, so here's automation, right? So maybe what we can actually do here, because I see there is a warehouse, stores resources like every other storage container, but uses them for construction. Okay, that actually doesn't help me. Have we already gotten a storage container? I think we do, don't we? Let's go device. No. Mining. No. Parts. Conveyor belt pro. Interesting. Function. Blueprints. No. I don't think we've gotten any storage. What is that? Waste bin. No. No. Okay. So it doesn't seem like we have storage as yet. So it's a basic warehouse. Let's have a look. Oh no, it does. We do have a storage container for logistics. So maybe what's actually worth doing, right? Maybe we should investigate this. Is we have our storage container. Maybe what we should do is actually send everything into the storage containers and actually have the storage container then automate stuff out. Maybe that is actually something to look into. So let's have a look. No, we want... Not sure if I'm messing up that. Oh, interesting. Okay. That's fine. Good and well. Let's... it was right here. Storage container. Okay. Between devices. No, transport and distribute resources between devices. That checks out. So I don't know if we say build a storage container, right? Yep. It does have an input and an output. So we could actually maybe have a storage container. No, because that just doesn't make sense. That also doesn't really make sense. Having a storage container that then distributes various things from, yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to have a look at that whole process. So what do we got? Well, we got a decent amount of copper bars, that's for sure. We got some good amount of bars going, right? So we can definitely look at, you know what? Let's end things off by having a look at how we can. So there's more floors. Great. Walls. Great. That's a door. I don't know why we need doors. Why do we need doors? Interesting. Super excited to find that. Farmland? Oh, for our colonists. Right. Okay. Okay, I'm with you. I'm with you. Robots assemblers? No. Why do we need robots? What do we need robots for? So we can produce hydrogen for some basic food. That's cool. I like that. Control panel. What the hell? Advanced docking station. I'm getting very much ahead of myself right now. Build the thruster to move your colony through space? Can we build a freaking rocket ship? Fuck yeah, we can. Okay. All right. Let's not, focus. We need to focus. Focus up. Hibernation chamber. Why? Oh, satisfy the rest of astronauts. We don't care about them right now. I can't even remember what our original thing was. Oh, right. That is what we wanted to do. Nope. Construction menu, sorry. I wanted to see how we can start developing upwards. I know we've got elevation things, we've got ladders, stairs, etc. But there was something that the bot kept telling me about. I mean, I could wake him up and then go ask him, but ugh. No, it's just that just doesn't seem very efficient, right? That doesn't seem, yeah, no. We don't want that. Blueprints. Blueprints. Do we need to maybe unlock blueprints? Chemistry wall. Right. Block. What does block do? Oh, foundations. Solar energy. You know what, guys? I think we might even have vertical construction. Stairs and ladders. Stairs and ladders. Parts? What do parts do? Oh my gosh, it's also exciting. Okay, no, but seriously, how do I build the freaking pillars? This thing kept telling me, you know what? Okay, fine. Let's go ask the freaking bot. Wake up, dude. You can enlarge a station horizontally by attaching foundation blocks to existing ones, and then vertically by placing height extenders on top of each other. Where do I find height extenders? You have been less than useless. Thank you very much. Go back to sleep, you useless prat. Walls. No, we don't need walls. We need height extenders. The freaking finding stuff has not exactly been... that makes a lot of sense. Actually, no, it doesn't really. But that's beside the point. Okay. Let's... We're gonna... Okay, hang on. Let's take a look. Like, have we missed something up the side? I don't think so. Smelting, we've done. We're good. We're good. Robotics, hydrogen, hydration. That's a lot, hey? That's a lot to worry about. Colony origin, what the hell does that mean? Okay. Whatever. Weird. Meal prep, soaring, expert mining, nuclear energy. Nuclear energy? Ooh. The loins tickle. I'm trying to see, like, if I've missed something. Black holes? Stargates? No. Focus up, Rob. Keep eyes on the prize. Eyes on the prize. Decoration. We don't need decoration. We need smeltification. No, we need elevation, please. Robotics, manufacturing, maybe? No. No. Converts plates into wires. Why would I do that? seems very... Okay. Not going to question. Not going to question. You know what? I can't figure out which tree it is that we need to focus on to get to our... I'm assuming it would be vertical contraction, right? Yeah. I mean, we've got height extenders, and I'm assuming block is a foundation. That's also what we need as well. Walkable space, same as floors. I don't know. I don't know. We'll have a look. But guys, I think this is where we'll leave it for this episode. The last little bit was some interesting, yeah, to say the least. it was interesting to see what we can do, and we got distracted, but we still have a plan. We have expanded our energy production, and this was very much the point of this time round, which is great. Love that. We discovered drilling and how to do that, and we are well on our way to introduce capitalism into space. Before we introduce colonists into our midst, sorry, I do think I want to expand on energy production a little bit more. I want to gather some resources first. We're going to make sure that, you know, when the colonists get here, they don't suspect that we're actively just trying to use them for cheap labor. So yeah, I think a focus is still going to be getting some more asteroids up and going. Get those sorted, get our electricity supply sorted as well. I think we're going to try and automate a lot of these things. I wanted to experiment in this episode with the conveyors, which we did, obviously a little bit. I'm not entirely sure on how we can manage those effectively to be truly automated, whether we need to go through that actual storage unit, whether that's going to be easier. And also, more importantly, we have learned that we need to expand. We got our oxygen barrier up, which is great. Which I think is fantastic, because now we can actually expand into all the space without having to worry about, you know, not breathing and suffocating to death out in the void and vacuum that is this glorious universe around us. And then, yeah, once we have some of that stuff set up, I think we'll also start expanding into these other little areas, like this place over here. I don't know what's there, but we'll find out at some point. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I absolutely did. Like I said, I love these games. Absolutely. These things really tickle my fancy. I really hope that you guys enjoyed them as well. I hope you're enjoying the series so far, and we are onwards and upwards. And what I love about this one as well is that there doesn't seem to be any set like story, I guess. Mostly our goal is to basically just get through all of this research, find out what the hell is going on, get some colonists involved, find some cheap labor. Whether we're going to go into drones or not, I don't know. I prefer the human touch, to be very honest with you. Drones are just a little bit too less hands-on for me. But I'm assuming the end goal here is basically get through all this, and I see there's a Stargate that requires a whole lot of research. God damn. And that's it. Once we get to the Stargate, who knows what's going to happen? Well, what does black holes do? Does it give us a black hole? Can we just stop black holing things? But to what end? We don't know. The questions are out there. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed this, please make sure to hit that like button. And while you're there, why not consider subscribing as well? Really helps out the channel, and it helps us build out our space colony and bring in lovely colonists for expansion into space, so that we can bring the gloriousness of capitalism to the universe. Thanks so much, guys, and until next time, cheers.